Hi coaches, welcome to our Team Dare to Dream Emerald to Diamond Coach Success Program. I am Coach Deb and I'm really excited to be leading you on this journey, and I wanted to just remind you a little bit about where I came from, because some of you may not have known me when I first started as a coach. And I started as a coach as a VP of marketing, working full-time in a corporation. I built my business, did all the startup work, built the foundation while I was working a full-time job. And I had been newly promoted. I was in charge of a traveling exhibit that went around the country. So I was traveling several times a month for up to a week at a time. And I was also in the midst of some management turnover at my company. So there was a lot of kind of political things going on that were very stressful. Kind of not a very pleasant work environment for me. In fact, my mom kind of refers to it as workplace bullying. So I was under a lot of stress, a lot of pressure to perform in my job. In addition, I am the mom of 3 kids. I have 3 dogs. I have a husband. I have a house. I have a car. I have parents. I have parents-in-law. So I have probably a lot of the same things in my life that you have in yours, that you may be going through today and trying to figure out how to get it all done. For those of you that are stay-at-home moms, you're thinking, well, what about me? You know, I may not be going to work every day, but I got this little toddler running around, or this baby, or these kids, and I'm running kids all over the place, and I never have any time to myself because the kids are around during the day. And then when my husband gets home, I'm still, he needs to rest, so I'm trying to take care of things, and I've got the house to keep up and the groceries to buy and all these things. You guys don't have any time either, right? So one of the things that I really like to preach in our training programs is no excuses. Let's lay it all out there. We all got stuff in our lives. Some of us are dealing with really major stuff. Some of them are things we've been dealing with for a long time, like our jobs, like our families, like, sports and carpools. Some of us may have unexpected things that we're dealing with, perhaps illnesses, sicknesses, job layoffs, things like that. Life happens. Life is always going to happen. So one of the reasons that I've been able to build my business is because I have jumped into this and committed to doing it. One of my pet peeves, and I'll just tell you right now, is when I see somebody, if I ask you, oh, I missed you on that call, or I missed our one-on-one, hope everything's okay. If you come back to me and say, oh, I totally forgot, I had carpool, and I had to, get the kids bathed, and then I had to go to the grocery store, and I had to do this and this. When you tell me all the stuff you had to do instead of that time that you and I had scheduled, it kind of makes me feel bad, because, I don't profess to be more important than your family, but you don't need to tell me I'm not, right? So we don't need to follow up with, this is why I didn't get something done. Just, my bad, I did not get it done. And there's days when you've decided that something else does need to take priority. This is not about working 24/7. In fact, it's really about building a lifestyle that allows you more freedom. So, but to get to that point, to get to the point I'm at today with my business, I have to say that when I started building my business, when I lost my job, I was horrified. I couldn't believe that it had happened. I had dreamed about not working there anymore. I had dreamed about leaving. I had dreamed about that whole, sayonara baby, I'm on my way. But then when it happened, I was like, I can't believe this just happened. I was scared. I was hurt. I was betrayed. Not for very long. Because then I realized what an opportunity I'd been given. I was given a chance to build. I was actually not given the chance. I was forced into doing what I really, really wanted to do, but had really been too afraid to do. And maybe I would continue being afraid to do it. Who knows? But I'm blessed today that I was forced, through that pain, through that fire of losing my job, to come to this point today. And I knew that I was never going to go back to corporate America. I knew that I went through the motions of submitting resumes, kind of to make my husband feel good. I went through the motions. I had no intention of ever going back to corporate America. And so I worked. I worked hard. I worked long hours. I worked with a passion and a drive. I dug into doing what I was told to do by the team leaders, by the coach leaders in this company. And I was determined. And there was times of despair when I didn't really see it happening. It wasn't happening fast enough. How was I gonna come from here to, making a 6-figure income? And oh, by the way, I only had so much time to do it before the money ran out, right? Money's not infinite. I thought about getting another job. I was getting, going to apply to Hallmark stores and, retail stores and things like that. I even thought about downsizing. I even told my husband, I said, I don't care if we have to sell the house. I don't care. I am not about the stuff. We spent the first 20 years of our marriage accumulating a lot of stuff. I don't care about the stuff. I care about the quality of our life. And this is what I want to do. This is what we want. I want to be here for the family, for the kids, and build something that's ours, that makes us feel good. So I wanted to start off by sharing that with you because, again, like I said, some of you, I think, look at me and think it's so easy. Oh, you have coaches out the wazoo, you have customers out the wazoo, you don't have any trouble filling your challenge groups, you don't have any problem finding new coaches. You have the luxury of time on your hands. And I want you to know, I came from where you came from. So if you want to be able to do what I do, you have to know that you got to start where you're at. And then you got to do something different. You got to do something that's uncomfortable, that's something that's going to be tiring, that's going to cause you to be weary, that's going to cause you some anxiety at times, but then you're going to have those hope. You're going to have those moments of complete joy and hope and fulfillment, and you're like, wow, this is why I'm doing this. Okay, I'm reinvigorated, I got my mojo back, I'm ready to go. And then you're going to go. And then you're going to have another time where it's like, oh man, I'm just so tired. It's like, no, but I'm weary again. And then you're going to get your boost. The way you get your boost is to stay consistent. Stay consistent. Even when you think nobody's listening to what you're saying, stay consistent on your social media. And stay connected to me and stay connected to our team. Stay connected to your fellow coaches because we are going to lift you up. So, one of the things I wanted you to tell me about is why you want to be a diamond leader. And I'll tell you why, from my perspective, why it's important for me to be a leader. And that's because I have done this business. I have been able to leave a full-time income and come home. For the first time in my whole life, I am able to be a work-at-home parent, a stay-at-home parent. My kids are teenagers, they're almost graduated from high school, but I've been able to do that before it's too late. And I believe that it's my responsibility. To those whose much is given, much is expected. I believe I have the ability to teach others how to do that. And that is my obligation to do that. So that's why it's really important for me to step up my leadership abilities and help you do that as well. My deep-seated why for working this business is really about my family. It's like I said before, it's about being able to live the lifestyle that we have, send my kids to college, be able to travel with my husband, deepen our relationships, and for us together as a family to do something that's really meaningful and important that brings us closer together, but also allows us to, live the life that we have dreamed about. So that's my why reiterated. That's a little bit about my story, just so you can be reminded that I'm not so entirely different from where you guys are today. And number 3, that's why I am motivated to continue to build my skills as a leader for you. So now I'm looking forward to hearing your story.